Hello Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, including Venus because this is your love reading for September. I'm Katie and welcome to the channel. All right, so I pulled some cards just to save us a little bit of time. And for you, I ended up pulling the Queen of Pentacles, which is a great for you. You're definitely in like an abundant energy. The Queen of Pentacles is very much so a businesswoman, so masculine or feminine. It's a feminine business type person, right? So able to strategically think about things. There's a lot of common sense, and you're approaching this relationship in that same way. And the person that you are in the relationship with is, we got the Knight of Wands for that person, which is very passionate and active, kind of a little hasty to make decisions, like they're really quick to make decisions, where you're a little more methodical and thought out and again strategic. But with the Knight of Wands, this person's very good at like debating and negotiating. They love a good challenge. And the card that I pulled for the energy or the environment between the two of you is the Chariot, which I think is great because that's very much so like victory, overcoming obstacles, not being like derailed when obstacles come. So I'm getting this sense that the two of you have definitely overcome something pretty recently. I don't know if it's like to what extent, if it's something big or small, but you definitely like came together and overcame it together. So I'm sure you probably came up with somewhat of the plan, and then your Knight of Wands was really quick to execute that plan. I do see you guys though, for some of you, if you're thinking, this is really good energy for you guys to be business partners as well. So you could be in a romantic relationship and wanting to start a business together, which I see would be really beneficial on both of your sides because you complement each other really well. It could just be a business relationship too, that maybe someone has come into your life that's helping you execute. Maybe you've hired someone, or you know, you have partnered up with them in some way, shape, or form. But I definitely feel like the energy is really good with the Chariot energy coming in. There's a lot of hard work and discipline and focus, and it's just this energy of really propelling forward with your goals, okay? I'm gonna pull, let's see, should we do, okay. Sometimes I just gotta feel into what the universe wants here. Sorry, I did not shuffle this deck though. I wasn't sure I was going to use it. Here I'm trying to save time, but you know, we do our best here. Okay, so we're going to pull out, let's get, I think what I'll just do is pull some rose cards to clarify each of one of these, and then we can do the shaman for more info. Okay, so let's clarify this Queen of Pentacles. You, your current energy, maybe what you, kind of just where you're at right now. What does Aries need to know about this Queen of Pentacles? Okay. Okay, so I was kind of getting that. So with the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding a pentacle in her lap. And as I was looking at that when I was shuffling, I felt like there was something that you were really kind of holding close to you. I don't know if it's a project or a goal, but there's something that you're kind of holding on to tightly because you're really excited about it, but you're also a little hesitant to share it with the world just quite yet. I do feel like your Knight of Wands is helping you to kind of bring that forward and be able to get to a place where you want to share it, right? But it still needs a little bit more refinement. You did get the bud, which is potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. So I feel like whatever this pentacle is that you've been working on, this project, this thing, you need to keep working on it. And I feel like it's like incremental steps towards whatever your big goal is with it. So for example, if it's like, for some reason I got remodeling a house, you know, you start off like with the foundation, and then you got to make sure the wiring is there, and then the plumbing is good, and then you put down the sheetrock, and then you mud it all, and then paint it, and then you put the flooring, and then you put the cabinets in, or you know, whatever, you do all the finish work. You're right now at that stage where like you have the foundation, the idea of it, right? And you do have a pretty strong foundation, but now you need to make it look pretty so that you can present it to the world. And Knight of Wands is going to be doing that. Let's pull, I'm going to do one more. One more for the Queen of Pentacles in this project, and how kind of the energy behind like how this person can move forward with that. Little Pentacle. Okay, so we've got surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. It's the Great Mother. So I do feel like you have this plan of how you want the outcome to be, right? Like you have all the steps that it takes, you've done all of the planning, and you're really focused on this outcome. But I think right now, again, you need to think about the smaller steps it takes to get you to the outcome, and you need to surrender kind of to the universe and just say, okay, I'm going to do these little steps, but this outcome that you're really attached to, surrender that to the universe and have this faith and understanding that it's going to play out however it's meant to play out. It may be how you envision, probably not, but it could be way better than you envision, okay? But there also needs to be this surrender to kind of, not necessarily the Knight of Wands, but surrendering to the idea of having others help you. And right now, the Knight of Wands is coming in to help you. So there's that little bit of surrender, being able to say, okay, you can help me with this aspect of the project, or you can help me move forward in this way, okay? And also, I feel like it went really like business partners, but if there's a relationship and, you know, there's no business necessarily attached to this, I do feel like whatever you're holding on to really tightly, like I feel like there's some element of yourself that you're even kind of not willing to share. And if you're in a romantic relationship with this Knight of Wands, I feel like the Chariot is welcoming in this like time for you to be more open and honest and really share whatever that thing is that you're holding close to yourself. Like whatever that is, you can share that with the Knight of Wands, okay? Speaking of, let's get a clarifier for the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm feeling like this Knight of Wands isn't a new person. Like you've had some history there, or at least it could be past life energy that's coming through. But we got the grandmother card, which is remembering roots. And as soon as I saw that, I felt like you've got these really strong roots with this Knight of Wands, okay? Which is so beautiful. And I think that came up in conjunction with the surrendering to them, like being able to open up to them more. You need to remember that you do have roots with this person and you do have a strong foundation, so they are a safe place for you to open up to, okay? Oh, yeah, we also have Temple of the Rose, which is ancient power, expression, activation, okay? So with this card, again, there's kind of that longevity with the ancient powers, right? So there's definitely that just energy there, that there's been past life. You guys definitely have a foundation. But with this one also, the expression kind of came out. Again, having that faith that you can express what's going on with you about that, whatever this pentacle thing is that you've got, that you're holding onto, you can talk to your Knight of Wands about it, okay? Let's pull one for the Chariot and the energy of the Chariot for the Aries in the month of September. Ooh. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so the Chariot we've talked about is all about victory, overcoming obstacles together. You guys have the Rose of Venus, which is alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. I feel like you definitely have this time that you two are able to connect in such a beautiful way. I do feel like when you open up about this pentacles, whatever that pentacle is that you're holding on tight to, the second you open up to it, all of the energy, it feels really good to you. I feel like the communication is really good for the remainder of September, which is excellent. I love that. Okay, I'm going to use the Shaman deck to kind of go into more of like the outcome of September and the outcome of all of this. So let's see what Aries needs to know. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so I feel, well, what came out, I'll just tell you. So lost in space, needing direction. Again, do you see the correlation between the Queen of Pentacles, right, holding that, and then this spiritual person, whatever, is this angel, is also holding the circle, right? I feel like you're needing direction because you've held on so tightly to this thing that it's almost caused a little bit of confusion within you. There's definitely like a lack of clarity when this card comes up. And I think that's just because you've held on so tight and you're very, I don't want to say that you're fearful, but it's kind of getting into that where you're just unsure. And so you're holding on really tight because you're like, well, I want to do this, but I don't know. I want to do that, but I don't know. So I'm just going to kind of hold on really tight. But because you're holding on so tightly, you're not allowing the energy to flow around you. So it's, again, creating that confusion within you, right? So what you need to be doing is just be a drifter. Let life come as it comes, right? So you need to be able to have this idea of like, okay, I'm just going to kind of go about my day and my boat and the waves are just going to kind of take me. And if this thing happens, I am just going to have this understanding that it's happening for me, not to me, and I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to float over here and we're going to see what happens over in this direction. When you can kind of do that, very much so, okay, plain language, when you can live in the now, live in the moment, and be extra focused on being present, that is when you can release your pentacle, okay? That's what, and I'm not saying that maybe release isn't the right word because you're not giving it up to anybody, you're just loosening your grip. So instead of holding it like this, maybe you're holding it like this, where you can be like, hello, try a little bit of this. Have some of my pentacle, will you? Okay, and then the beauty of all of this is there's so much joy and creativity that comes from that. I feel like you're going to experience, once you're able to share part of the pentacle with your Knight of Wands, the energy just gets so flowy that like your creative energy is just going to start like flowing and you're going to start having fun. Even if this is not business, if this is purely relationship or like intimate relationship, like you guys are going to connect. Like I even see just the way you move around each other is going to flow really well too. Because it's felt, because you've been so tight, and because Knight of Wands is a little hasty, like they're not going to wait around for you. So if you're holding tight onto your pentacle and you're not sharing it with them, they're not angry, but they're just like, okay, you do you, and I'm going to go off and do this thing because this is what I want to do right now. But when you can share your pentacle, then you and this Knight of Wands can do more together. And I understand that that's what you want. I will say with all of your tarot cards, you have yes screaming out. So I feel like whatever that big thing that you've been unsure about, the answer is yes. You need to move forward with whatever that thing is that's keeping you held tight, okay? Aries, this is such a beautiful love reading for you guys. Please comment down below. I really want to hear more about your Knight of Wands, like who that person is to you, business, you know, intimate, whatever. And this card too. What kind of joy and energy happens when you're all flowy and in alignment? Oh, Aries, this was so wonderful. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so I can build out this channel and get more messages to more people because this is my jam. I love it. Thank you for watching the rest of the video. Please ring the bell if you want to know when I have uploaded more videos. And I will see you next time.